Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about Lenz's experiment on the basis of which he gave his Lenz law, right? So we'll just mention it on the basis of this experiment. Lenz law was given. Lenz gave his law, right? So what is the experimental setup over here? The experimental setup is like this. Suppose you have this coil. This coil was taken, and then in this there was a galvanometer which was placed here, right? And here there was a provision for two-way key. Why this two-way key? If I mark this as 1 2 3, in this branch a battery was connected, right? And initially this connection was made between 1 and 2 to check the direction of the deflection when the current in this coil flows clockwise, and the direction of the deflection when it flows anti-clockwise, right? So we are just demonstrating this using we are just using this battery just to know the direction of deflection for clockwise or anti-clockwise current in the coil, right? Now after that this connection of the battery is removed and only 1 and 3 is connected. So afterwards I am drawing that also. So in this case, once this is clear that which direction the galvanometer deflects when there is clockwise current, then this battery is removed. So I'll just write the steps so that you remember. First is battery connected to know the direction of deflection of galvanometer for clockwise anti-clockwise current. To know the direction of deflection of galvanometer for clockwise anti-clockwise current. And in second step, battery is removed. And in third step, a magnet is made to approach along this coil. Now it is observed that whenever this magnet with north polarity, this side is approaching this side, then the current in this coil is in such a direction that it opposes the approach of the magnet. So according to that, it was observed that the upper face of the coil becomes anti-clockwise, or you can say north polarity. That means anti-clockwise current flows in this coil. So in this case, I'll just mention it, that I'll mention in front of this. So when north of magnet approaches the coil, the upper face becomes north, that is anti-clock current flows. If you remember, if we have this side as north according to you, then there will be anti-clockwise current according to you, right? So I can write, just to remind you, if upper phase is north, so that means anti-clock current, right? Similarly, it was observed in other cases also. If we draw another diagram for this case, so when this magnet is now receding away, when it is receding away, it was observed that the upper face becomes south pole to attract the magnet now. So that means it is opposing the receding away. So south pole, how do we get this, that this face is south pole? The current direction according to the deflection of the galvanometer shows that it is clockwise current. That means the upper face would have become south pole. So in this case, the upper face of coil becomes south pole to attract the receding magnet, that is clockwise current flows. So you can recall this thing, that if we have south, so that means clockwise current, right? So this was about the Lenz's law. So from here, on the basis of these observations, it is clear that the direction of the current in the coil is such that it opposes the cause which produces it. Here the cause is receding away. Here the cause is approach, right? So I can simply mention it here. The cause is approach of magnet. So that means it will oppose the approach, right? So therefore, current direction opposes the approach. That's why the upper face becomes north to repel it. So here we can say that here the cause is receding away of magnet. So the current in coil opposes the receding, right? So I hope this is clear from here. Now there is one more thing which we need to discuss. So on the basis of this, Lenz had given his law, which we have already discussed in the previous video. It says that the direction of the induced current is such that it opposes the cause which produces it. So it gives the direction of induced EMF. So EMF is equal to minus d phi by dt. This we have already studied. Now one question is also asked in the boards that show that Lenz's law is a consequence of law of conservation of energy, right? So we are just rubbing this for discussing that. is a consequence of law of conservation of energy. So we know that here, in order to maintain the motion, the magnet has to do some work against the opposing force of the coil. So that mechanical work done by the magnet is converted into the electrical energy of the coil in the form of the induced current, right? So that's why there is a conversion of mechanical energy to electrical energy. That's why we can say that it is a consequence of law of conservation of energy. So we can write here the mechanical work done by the magnet against the repulsion or attraction of the coil to maintain its motion is converted into the electrical energy in the form of induced current. Thus we can say that Planck's law is a consequence of law of conservation of energy. That's all for now. Have a nice day.